Tin cans, weebs, and neckbeards. My name is Bricky. What are we doing? Putting war assets on the Volcano. And who are we doing it with today? The Conqueror. He's a flailer, an air humper, and knows everything there is to know about shelled sea creatures. Wearing chainmail and plate shoulder pads, boasting a large shield in his flail, which we will nickname Little Raw. That I'm sure you know why. As a Conqueror, you are a hero about defense and control. Control of the battlefield and of your opponent. Your light attacks are relatively quick and can be chained together with your heavy attacks to create an infinite combo of lights and heavies of your choosing. You can also charge up your heavy attack to deal more damage and also make it unblockable. But let's get to the main parts of the Conqueror. His shield. Naturally, you have superior block on all heavies during the startups as well as during dodges similar to the Assassin's Deflect. Then you have your bread and butter move, the Shield Bash. A quickly launched bash dealing stamina drain as well as netting you a free light. You can also cancel a heavy attack to do a shield bash as well, possibly throwing off your opponent. Also, a bash can be done after a standard heavy, possibly netting you even more damage and a wall splat. You can also do an all block stance, allowing you to block from all sides, and if you do block an attack, you can do a special flail uppercut for guaranteed damage. Finally, your zone attack. It deals very mediocre damage, but provides you with an all block as well as a possibility to bounce off of enemies and deal a little bit more damage for good measure. Guard break time. A successful guard break will net you a free side heavy, and an out of stamina throw will give you a free charged heavy. If you parry an out of stamina enemy, you can do 2 side heavies and possibly land a charge for some bonus damage. For parries, parrying a heavy gives you a light, or you can do a shield bash into light for some stamina drain, and parrying a light gives you a free heavy, and then the chain begins. And that is the Conqueror, shield boy with big raw, little raw, and plenty of air humping. But how do you fight as the Conqueror? How do you liberate the Volcano? Well, with 1.5 million tools at the current moment, Conqueror had his rework that made him one of the worst heroes in the game to easily top 3 at this point. What makes Conq so strong is his power stemming from so many offensive and defensive situations alike. From an offensive perspective, your shield bash is ridiculously fast and is extremely difficult to dodge on reaction, and even if you do dodge it, slow heroes like Labro and Shigoki won't recover fast enough to punish you. Some assassins and Aramusha have strong enough side dodges, but a lot of people just get stuck, which means you won't have a very rough time if you just want to shield bash into oblivion, since just dashing forward is enough to make a lot of the people side dodge in fear, which allows you to get a free guard break if you read them. But it's not just the bash. Your lights are very fast now, and since the bash gives you a free light, you can immediately start your chain of lights and heavies followed by heavy cancels into bashes and so forth. Your offensive capability is definitely a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing, because you don't have a ton of reliable ways to get a big mega amount of damage except for out of stamina punishes, and it's mostly just a bunch of light attacks, but it's still effective. However, you more than make up for this with defensive options. Your zone attack, while doing little damage, is basically a free and easy to use mini parry to stop any and all attacks coming your way. Your full block stance is definitely riskier because you can be guard broken out of it, but will give you the flail uppercut, which does some it's just a lot of damage, man. That's a lot of damage. Combine that with some decent parry punishes, an absurdly powerful out of stamina punish on your enemies, superior block dodges, and heavy startups, and Conqueror is one of the most oppressive heroes in this game to fight. He's also the one I find myself screaming, "I can't do anything against this guy," over and over again at my screen. So of course, we gotta cover fashion and executions. Thank you to Herx_99 on Twitter for his gleaming silver warden submitted from last episode. Simple and very sexy. For Conqueror fashion, we have the Gleaming Raw, the Edge Raw, and the Femme Raw. All names have a variant of Raw. Execution-wise, we have the Shield Backhand, Crack It, Whip It by Devo, Shield Decapitation, somehow, I guess, Sticky Sticky, Who Needs Arms, the Third Nut, Yank It, and literally only for ledging. And just like that, we have our Shield Boy and Raw Factory, the Conqueror, done and done. Looks cool, extremely effective, and And overall, I'm curious to see how they're going to stand up versus all the other reworks coming out. My name has been Bricky, and send me your Conqueror fashion on Twitter, @Bricky, for a chance to be featured in the next episode. Deus Cult. Bye-bye.